beautiful day here in Calgary. I'm super excited because I'm about to have a really great conversation with my brother-in-law, and we're going to find out some specific numbers in terms of what we need to produce out of the family bank to actually recapture the vehicle debt for his truck. So I'm super excited. We're about to call Ford, and we're going to give you an exclusive look at an in-depth look again at the family banking system and how we run things, some of the goals that we're trying to achieve with our family bank. Because, you know, I've been at this for about 6 years now, and the primary focus in the beginning was to build up our system and control the financing function as it relates to our needs, what I call the core four, my wife and my 2 kids and myself. And now we are expanding the system, we're insuring other family members, and we are working together to divide and conquer to control the financing function as it relates to the entire family's needs. We're all making these payments already as it is. The payments are already leaving the family. So if my brother-in-law is already making a payment to Ford Credit Canada, what's preventing us from building our banking system, deploying the capital, paying off Ford, and then recapturing those payments in our own system so that we can continue to pile that up and then look for opportunities to increase our cash flow? That's the main objective. So control the financing function first, and then put money to work to create more cash flow, put our money to work so we don't have to work as hard. That's the idea. We're doing this, and you can do it too, Canada. Hey Canada, this is video number 2 in the series of me and my family paying off $70,000 of debt by Christmas of 2023. So one of the major objectives that we talked about was getting rid of our car. How fun are car payments? Do we love car payments?
Oh, I love them. Woo. Yeah, no. Car payments are, I mean, a payment's a payment, right? It's what are you going to do? Would you rather give that to Ford, or would you rather put that back into the banking system?
Yeah, exactly.
Banking system, right?
Exactly.
I mean, how terrible is it that you get to choose your own payments? You know, you get to create a payment plan that works for you financially, not on Ford's plan, right?
Exactly.
All the money you put into the system, you know, if something else comes up where you need to leverage or use it again, you can, versus Ford, you give it away, you don't ever see it again.
Yeah.
Right? It's gone.
And you're always forced to go back and work really hard to make more money, because your money's not actually working for you; it's working for somebody else all the time.
Yep, absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
I was chatting with Evan earlier, and I wanted to have a bit of a roundtable discussion, like as a family, about not only like what are we doing right now, what are some key objectives that we want to accomplish right now, but then obviously working together as a family as other people's liabilities continue to come down and our system continues to get stronger, and we continue to add more policies. We continue to have meetings on a regular basis to say, okay, where's everybody at? What cash can we deploy? And okay, let's say we eliminate another car payment out of the family. And then let's just say, for example, it was like 40 grand, 30 grand.
Yep.
You put in 10, I put in 10, Evan puts in 10. Let's say the payment was $300 just to keep it real easy.
Yep.
That means that $100 flows literally back. It's flowed all back to this family system, but $100 would flow back to his program. $100 would flow back to your program, and $100 would flow back to my program.
Yep.
And then we just keep coming back. And as the system keeps growing, we just keep redeploying the cash, right?
Yep.
And once we fully control the banking function, we can then start looking at opportunities to generate passive income, and then we can start looking at deploying the cash to build our property where we actually then we're all getting freer faster, right? That's the whole objective. So speaking of which, car payments suck.
They do,
especially when they're $1,000 a month.
Yeah, they get a little pricey, don't they?
Right, it's a big payment. So we can look at, there's some key objectives that Evan wants to get done. And we're going to look at, what do we have available in the system to do that? And if we don't have the capital available in the system, then we all come up with a plan of going, okay, I can set aside X amount of dollars per month. You can set aside X dollars per month. And we just build it up in the system and then deploy it, right? Like we just got to get these objectives accomplished. And if they're that important, you make time, effort, and money for what's important.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
One of the key things is, because it's kind of low hanging fruit, the balance of the vehicle is not super scary, but the payment sucks. So one of the things that we can do is we can figure out, okay, here's the capital available to pay off the truck, and then we can restructure the loan because we control it now. So if that payment is tough, then we could scale it down. You know what I'm saying?
100%. In fact, what I was thinking was, I'm going to pay $1,000 anyways, and I'm used to paying the $1,000, right? Why not perhaps drop that payment to something that's a little more affordable, like $400, $600, $500? Instead, take the difference and reinvest it into another policy.
Recapitalize.
Yeah.
Okay, right? I like it.
You're going to spend the money, you might as well use it to grow, right? And keep growing it.
And like you said, okay, so let me get this straight. So let's just be even. So say it's 1,000.
Yep.
and cut that in half.
Yep.
Because we can restructure the loan. We can spread out the loan to meet whatever our cash flow needs are. We can do whatever we want with the repayment back to the system. The life insurance company is never going to call us and say, $500 a month, I don't think that really works. Well, guess what? That's up to us. We own the system and we co-own the life insurance company. So we dictate the terms on all those payments, right? So what you're saying is, okay, so we restructure it, we flow 500 back to the system.
Yep.
And then we take the other 500 and we actually
create a new policy.
You use the term invest, which I get that, but keep in mind, folks, there's a key difference between investing money and saving money. What we're actually doing is we're building capital in a guaranteed vehicle. So we're not investing money. That risk is on the insurance company. We're capitalizing a system, and it's really this simple. A lot of times people come to me and they say, hey, what's like a minimum? What's an average? How do I get started? This process is very simple. The more energy, the more fuel that you put into the system, the more energy the system will kick out to you, the more you have available to you. So it's not about how much should I put in, what's the minimum, where do I get started? You need to get clear about what your financial DNA looks like, which a coach will help you with that. But you get to build the program to meet where you're at versus, hey, this is what you have to do, right? It's all about where you're at. So with that said, we can then actually customize a new policy where we would deploy that cash and flow it back to another policy and expand the family system even further. So to your point, the money's already being paid. Now we get to recapture that and actually put it to work.
See the smile on the face?
Oh, I love that. I love that. There it is, getting a really good look at my beautiful home and this awesome truck that we are going to transform from a liability into an asset by controlling the financing function and implementing the family banking process. So super, super stoked about that.
You recording now? Surprise! I will, I'll call Ford.
Here we go. This is it.
All right.
By the way, you've done a great job with the place. I really like what you've done.
Oh, thanks, man.
You were saying to me before, like, dude, I don't want to go in the truck. It's a mess, but it looks...
It's a mess. Well, it's still, I got all my work stuff back here. And
oh, well, that's just normal
it's called
stuff.
Elbow grease, man. Some love and care, right?
Working hard.
Absolutely, working hard.
So
from my baby, this is it. This is my portable office.
Hey, man,
this
hell
is
yeah.
where all the business happens.
This is a pretty important
That's why it's an important asset. That's why I'm super excited about what we're about to do.
Oh, wait a minute. This is a pretty important liability that we are going to transform into an asset. Because remember, the asset is the stream of payments that the bank is presently taken out of our family's pocket.
Yep.
So we want to be able to absorb that asset within our own banking system so that cash flows back to the family. That's what we want to do. So
put it to better use.
Yes,
absolutely.
Good catch. So,
okay, so here we go. It's on the speakerphone.
It's on speaker. Here we go.
Yeah, it flips over to...
We're getting ready to call Ford right now.
Please hold while your call is transferred to a customer service representative.
We did it!
Please remain on the line, and your call will be answered in the order it was received.
Nice.
And put a time clock on this, and 20 minutes later.
Oh, yeah.
One eternity later.
We only have a few minutes before my next meeting starts, and all of their representatives are currently assisting other customers. So let's see how that goes. That's like what I say to clients.
That's operational cost for them.
Exactly. It's something to think about, right? When I call the mutual insurance company and I have a question to ask.
Yep.
Not always, but generally my hold time is like 10 minutes.
Yep.
No big deal.
Then you get an operator or you get somebody?
Get an actual human being.
Yeah.
But then if I call one of the stock companies, you better clear your schedule.
Oh, really? That bad?
Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, I literally sat on hold with one of these companies for 90 minutes. And I kept looking at the clock and going, you got to be kidding me. The guy gets on the phone finally. I go, listen, can you please take my number? Because if we get disconnected, man, I don't got another 90 minutes for you. He goes, oh, I can't call you back. Like, I'm not allowed to.
That should almost be a courtesy now. If they're going to make you wait, they should at least have the ability that you can put your number in and they'll call you back. So you're not sitting here waiting, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's interesting when you think about it. You go, okay, this is a gigantic, multi tens of billions of dollars that this stock company's taken in. But they're pumping so much of the profit out to shareholders that they're always limiting their staff and they don't have staff to service the clients. Meanwhile, at the mutual company, we're co-generating. They don't have to put all that. They're sharing only with one master, which is the policy owners.
Yep.
So they actually hire staff so they can provide better service. And I'm not being biased. I'm speaking literally from experience. I happen to be the advisor and a client on multiple policies with both type of company structures. And I have multiple stock companies that I deal with, and the experience is the same over and over again. Whereas I have, one mutual carrier that I deal with, and it's pretty consistent.
That's why I keep going back to them.
Well, I like privacy. I like ownership. I like control. I like responsiveness. Those are all things that are important to me. Those are all things that you...
Oh, hey, you're a shareholder, right?
Yeah, I'm a co-owner.
Mm-hmm.
What about access? Like very few companies, insurance companies specifically, give you an actual client access to where you can see your payments, you can see your loan balance, you can see your loan availability, you can actually watch the daily growth. You can log in and request a policy loan electronically, right? Speaking of which, that's one of the things that we'll have to do with this whole project and implementation of the family banking system. We want to have a meeting where maybe we all kind of get our, technically I can access them all because I'm the advisor on file. We want to get like those, the values of the policies, because one of the challenges that we're facing here in Canada is like, okay, we already got policies in place. We have a $70,000 approximately. We're going to find out more about the forward balance here, but we need to pay this debt off using the family banking system by Christmas of 2023, right? Not a single penny can be paid toward the debt outside the family banking system. Those are the rules. So part of it is, okay, well, where's the money going to come from? And so you got to think about what it is that you want to achieve in life. If something's really important to you, if you have an objective that you want to achieve, what's that going to do? It's going to change your behavior. So does that mean that maybe there's one less dinner out? Or maybe does that mean that you're, maybe you're changing the structure of how some of your bill payments are already set up? Like maybe you're going from a monthly payment to an annual payment to save more cash flow and have it come back to the family, or there's other things that you can do to try and. So we're going to put our heads together and try to figure out how do we, what do we have available in our system now, and then if we are short, we're going to just join forces. We're going to get the cash put back into the system so that we can borrow the money back out and then pay off the loan. So,
and if you do it right, like this is the exciting part about it, is that it's the money you would already just give away anyhow to somebody else. So now you're redirecting it and you're putting it back into your own policy, right? Your own banking system. And it's just, it's a thing of beauty. Like why would you give your money away, have it flow away from you when you could just have it flow towards you, right? Into your own system.
You hit the nail on the head. It's the money that's already flowing through your life that we're talking about.
Yeah, the everyday transactions, right?
Yeah, and that's what we try to teach clients. You see, this is spoken like a true practitioner. This guy is not insurance licensed. He's not a coach on our team. This is what we do with our clients, and this is what we do with the families we work with. Is we coach them to actually understand that there's a product, which is the policy system, but then there's a process that you're being coached to implement, which is the family banking system or even the banking concept. So that's what it's all about.
A few moments later.
Hello.
Give me one moment, please.
Talk about building tension.
Balance is $31,093.71.
Sweet.
That sounds good. I appreciate that. Thank you for your time.
Okay, and this is good to the 23rd of October.
Yeah, and how do I go about paying that? Do I just send a wire transfer or?
Yeah, you can do that, sir, or you can pay it at your dealership, sir.
Oh, okay.
Anything else I can help you with?
No, you've helped me enough. I appreciate your time. Take care.
No problem, sir. Thank you for calling. Have a good day, sir.
You as well.
And thank you for your trusting phone, sir.
You bet. Thanks. Take care.
Hey, is that not a little bit less than you thought?
That's a lot less than I thought, actually.
Okay, well that's a win. Sometimes the payment amortization, works
you
out.
just get so carried away with dumping the money in every 2 weeks or so. Sometimes you forget about it, right?
Let me ask you a question. Ballpark, how many vehicles do you think you financed?
Good 5.
At least 5.
Yeah,
see,
at
that's
least
the thing.
5.
Is like, and you're 40.
I'm 45.
45.
Yeah.
I'm 39. I'm on my third.
Yeah.
Because we just happen to keep vehicles for like a really long time.
Yeah.
But I'm on my third, and that's the thing is like we bought ours out a few years ago,
Yep.
and that's what we did. We actually made the payment through online banking. But that's the thing. To your point is like you need a car. Like if you're in North America, people have cars, 2 cars,
Yeah.
and you're just constantly making that payment. And the problem is people literally in Canada will spend more financing vehicles throughout the course of their lifetime than they can ever dream of saving for their passive income time or retirement.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
just like right. So now, how is that going to enhance you and your family situation? If we buy this out now, those payments for what approximately I think the next 4 years or so.
Yeah, it's roughly $900, $950 a month, right?
Right. So those payments add up. You're paying interest. Well, now we're going to recapture that. It gets put to work in the system. We retain that. And now not only will we be ready to, because you'll keep this vehicle beyond the 4 years.
Yeah.
So the next time we need to go finance a vehicle, guess what? We're not going to Ford. God bless them. We'll probably buy a Ford, but it's going to be with the family banking system on our own terms. But in the interim, we're building a tailwind, and we're going to be building actual surplus of capital that we can access not only for our financing needs. We're not just talking cars here. Well, now we want to put money to work and like lend it out or buy rental properties or create more cash flow, so even more money flows back to the system, so we could start more policies.
That was, you just took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, perhaps instead of $1,000 a month payment, now it becomes a $500 a month payment because you can control it. You take the other $500 and you create a new policy.
That's bang on. See, that's one of the main questions that people ask us is, well, how do you sustain more than one policy, or how do you add more policies? And well, first of all, you can work really hard, right? Some people are just stuck in a job where that's what they earn what they earn. So to your point, it's not about adding new payments or finding money that you didn't have or stretching yourself too thin. It's about finding ways to redirect the money so that you can take the same money that's already flowing through your life. It's already going through the books of someone else's bank.
That's right.
You could flow it back and start to build your system so you can have more control. So, hey, man, this is exciting.
Man, it's super exciting.
Thanks for making the time. I know that you are busy, and now we just have to do some more planning to figure out how we're going to get everything done by the deadline. So let's get it.
Okay, Canada, all you got to do is click the subscribe button. We're going to donate $1 to Operation Feed St. John for every new subscription that we attract from this video series. So it's effortless, and you get to contribute to an amazing cause that's going to feed the bellies of the most vulnerable kids in our communities, and it's going to give our veterans and first responders something to focus on, to feed their minds, bodies, and souls. That is the purpose of Operation Feed. And you got to get to know my friend Pat. He's an amazing guy. He's a veteran of 3 tours in Afghanistan, and this guy went from basically he was totally out of shape, broken down, injured, suicidal, alcoholic. The story that you've heard, unfortunately, way too many times from these veterans and first responders, and he knows exactly what it takes to get these guys focused, these men and women who sacrifice their lives, their minds, and their bodies and their souls for you. That's why these people exist. So let's give back to them, and let's give them an opportunity to right the ship, give them a brotherhood, give them something to focus on, and you should see the amazing work that he's doing. He's attracted so many veterans and first responders in his community who are now pouring their energy and their time into Operation Feed to support these kids, and they're creating that connection, and they're taking care of their own families now, and they're becoming contributing members to society as a result of the amazing work that Pat has done. He's completely transformed his life. He's an Invictus athlete. They've already donated over 100,000 50-pound bags of food to the most vulnerable kids. So all you got to do, click subscribe. We're going to donate $1, and we're going to feed a lot of hungry bellies. So you know what to do.
Okay, Canada, remember, when you make this donation, we don't want your own money. We want you to borrow from your family banking system so that your capital grows uninterrupted, compounding day in and day out, not interrupting the growth for your future, so you can take that capital, donate to a great cause, and still continue to grow and compound your wealth for the future. You're feeling really generous? You want to donate? Remember, anything that you can donate would be greatly appreciated, but you want to donate a large amount, like $1,000, Pat and I will send you back a nice gift. We will send you a Banker's Vault package that contains 3 of our top-selling books, and we'll send you a hoodie from Operation Feed. You want that Operation Feed hoodie and that Banker's Vault package, but you feel like donating $1,000 just isn't quite enough? You want to donate $10,000? Well, Pat and I will record ourselves jumping into a frozen lake or a river. We're going to do a cold plunge, and we'll post it on YouTube for everybody to enjoy. Wait a minute, what? $10,000 isn't enough. You're feeling extremely generous. You have $50,000 that you want to donate to this great cause using your family banking system. Pat and I will send you that nice gift, and we will immortalize this amazing gift in this awesome series that we're putting together by getting matching tattoos. That's the $50,000 level. Let's get it, Canada.